What's up, y'all? My name is Misconception. I'll be your host for the evening. We've got DJ Echo around the ones and twos, so, you know, if you want to get on that list, now is the time.
Slam It he did. Not everybody else's style was quite the same. A lot of people were really reserved and reading from a book or, you know, being pretty emo.
Confidence is hard to come by when you're like just scrawny, smaller than everybody, and so you have to learn how to like fight back, how to handle yourself. You have to learn to not cow down to like forces larger than you. Once I started writing, like really like getting into the process of doing spoken word, I sort of found an outlet to let that voice take control over who I was, sort of push the weakness out of the way. And for me, that's really what writing's about when it comes down to it. I'm sort of from that Hemingway mindset where it's I'm not comparing myself to him, but where the idea is about like strength, perseverance, coming through, becoming more, you know, manhood in that sense. First years were like rough, because I'd get like really nervous and I'd have stage fright and I just would feel all this anticipation, and so I'd go up there and I'd try to read, but my hands would be shaking and there was nothing I could really do about it, and I'd just try to pull back, but you know, I couldn't read. So from there I just learned how to memorize.
Bryan definitely sort of opened the door for me for slam poetry and really sets the bar as far as what slam poets Lawrence has.
This is called Root Down. Woo! Gotta get more into like poetry form, I guess. I don't know.
He was funky. He stirred things up. He did things differently, you know. I'd only really seen people up there reading, and this man got up on stage and grabbed our attention and started screaming and took off his shirt. After that, just about anything goes.
See, if you're paying attention, the main act is next. Bryan O'Brien, yeah, we'll give it a rest.
It usually starts off with like a sentence fragment or a couple of words just sort of dangling around in my head, just kind of spinning around. Like, artless hearts partially parched, artichoke and parsley hearts. And that'll just sort of spin around in my head, and then I'll start free associating.
Artless hearts get parsed. I feel partially parched. Chop a weakling like parsley and artichoke hearts. Passing past transitions past, pardon me for the lark. I've been bashing fast and passing phantoms at large in the dark. This pattern's just a pattern to see my passion jump start. Been crammed into a cabin with these cannibals and upstarts. Only one rule, it must show heart. Just one move, go and the rest starts. Flow is superlative, if it moves it has spark. I turn the tepid like a tourniquet in this tournament. That's why my wording's a work of art.
I'm a poet here at the Jazz, well, more or less a poet. I've been coming here for maybe the last 2 years and reading my stuff, and I met Bryan the first time I came here. The first time I saw him on stage, he was, I didn't know who he was. I came to the Jazz House here in Lawrence just as a patron, just to come out and have a good time and see what's going on. And he's standing up there on stage, and he belts out this, I don't even remember exactly what he was saying at the time or what exact poem it was, even though I've heard a lot of his stuff since then. But it was something that it was staccato, it was fast, it was going like this, all over the place, bouncing, up, down, left, right, going through 1,000 words that I didn't even know at the time. At the end of it, he takes his, he says, you know, something about, fuck these cigarette laws. Takes this and you know what art is, and lights up a smoke and then puts it out on his palm.
Let's go ahead and give it up for Bryan O'Brien.
How are all 10 of you doing tonight? Awesome. I think I'm just gonna get into this. This one's called It's Like. It's like, when it feels like it's the beginning of the end, really, it's just the end of the day. It's the birth of a countless yesterday. Well, anyway, I'll just rest to say that till death's restful sway, I'll say the words that best amaze now. Maybe it's my sudden phase of comparative arrogance that makes it apparent that this shit is narrative imperative. I've only been called arrogant because I dare to live. It's like, if I could live my life in a day's light, maybe my soul might ignite, right? If I could just stay bright, pray to say right, let day fade away tonight, keep pain inside of hindsight, maybe I'll avoid a rhyme that sounds trite. It's like #1 prime directive is reflected through genuflection's mere mention. So while I'm detection has 9 dimensions, so I maintain divine reflection to strive direct with lines prophetic. I kick frenetic phonetics direct into alphabetic selection while my auto-detection is detecting the lessons of directed stresses. It's like, I see things, extend greetings, tarot readings, my pen is bleeding, but these tense of feelings seem to be retreating, so for these reasons I'm leading, succeeding in greed eating, now fiending to be the real thing. Yeah. Okay. Now that I'm a little warmed up.
Bryan's poetry is unhuman.